at this point in time. It is just that. It is a point in time. Remember, God has a plan for your life. Psalms 139:13. For you formed my inward parts. You covered me in my mother's womb. He knew you'd be here today. He made sure you were here today. Because he wanted you to know he cares for you that much. David is speaking to the fact that God made us all and we are all one of a kind. There is no one else like us. Job, there was no one else like him. And there never will be. Because God made us one of a kind. We are priceless to him. No one can replace us. He made us for his purpose. So why do we worry about how we're going to get from here to there? The truth is that we must reconcile the differences between our hopes and our dreams and our life as we know it with God himself. What do you think you're missing out on? Yes, the God of this universe is willing to sit down and listen to all you have to say. Wow. That's a whole new different way of thinking about prayer. The God of this universe is willing to sit down and listen to what you have to say. Interesting how the message this morning was on how to listen. Wow. Who would have ever believed God would have pulled that one off? My soul rests in God. Because I know that even though I live in the present, he's working in my future. He is not bound by time. He has laid it out, and you are not here by accident. He wants to spend special time with you. Why would he create you if he didn't want to spend time with you? Remember to thank him for all he has done for you to get you to where you are today. It could have been a lot worse, folks. It could have been a lot worse. He always comes through in what we call the end. In the first chapter of Psalms, he says that he's never late. He's always on time. He always comes through in what we call the end. But he says that there's no such thing as the end because we will live with him forever. Yeah. The end is nothing more than the end of what is happening at this moment. Whatever disaster or storm or whatever good thing that's happened in your life, it comes to an end as you walk into the next step that God has for you. Now that is even better than a Texas Tech. Because you can believe God. In God's hands. Place your life in God's hands and live each day like it's your last. Yes. You gotta just put it out there. Wait and see what God will do. Just step out there. Go for it. And see what God does. In you. It's you that most often is changed. from the inside out. But God will use you and use you and use you and use you. And He'll work through you and for you. And you can trust Him with the life He has created for you. The life that you have has been given to you by God. It is called peace in the hands of God. If you really place your life into God, if you really allow God to hold you in His hands, and you begin to live for God and let God live through you, you will see your life change for the better. Jesus said, John 16:33, "These things I have spoken to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." No matter what tribulation you might be going through, Jesus says He comes through in the end. Yes. We can trust His word. We can trust Him with our lives. You may have two stories: your fairy tale, your hopes, your dreams. And you have the reality of God in your life and how He has brought you through everything in your life. And He will never fail you. I have two songs this morning.